Hello everyone, today we're going to be learning how to make a slingshot and use the mirror tool. So let's click this blue create button and get started. Click document, I'm going to name this slingshot. And once we're in the workspace, we're going to click this top plane and make our sketch. I'm going to type N so that I'm looking right at it as soon as it prepares the sketch. So type N, and there we go. Alright, so I'm only going to draw half the slingshot because I'm going to be able to mirror it. So directly below this center origin point, you can see it's highlighted orange, so I know that I'm on that. I'm going to click, go horizontal, go up, over at any angle, and back to the origin there. And there we go. Now I'm going to dimension this. So actually, before I dimension it, I'm going to mirror it. So this is the mirror tool right here. I'm going to click this center line, and then I'm going to click everything that I want to mirror across that center line. Like that. There we go. And now you only have to draw it once instead of drawing all these lines twice. And if I dimension things afterwards, it will still stay correlated. So if I choose this right here, I make this 15, it'll make the other side just as big. Now there are a few constraints I need to put on here, such as parallel, so that these two lines here are parallel, like that. And then I need to do a bit more dimensioning. So between the origin and this bottom line, I want to make that 85 millimeters. And I already know how wide I want it to be. I already got that dimensioned, but I need to decide how wide I want this to be. So let's make that 20 millimeters. And let's make this 50 millimeters long. And let's make this angle 30 degrees. There we go. So as you can see, this is our base shape of our slingshot. So I'm going to click the green check mark. There we go. And then extrude this. So I'm going to click on my sketch face and click extrude. And I want this to be 15 millimeters thick. There we go. Now obviously this won't work just as you can see it because we need somewhere for the rubber band to go for the slingshot. So I'm going to make a cut by first making a sketch. So click on this face, type N so I'm looking right at it, and click sketch. There we go. We're going to use mirror again to make this nice and easy, but you're going to use this rectangle tool, click the arrow for the drop down, and click aligned rectangle. Now I'm going to click about the center on here, click 2 points, and drag down. This is a way bigger slot than I want, so I'm going to change these dimensions. I'm going to make this 2 millimeters wide, and then I'm going to make this 10 millimeters deep, and click escape, and then I can drag this anywhere I want. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly in the center, but get as close to the center as you can. Now I'm going to use the mirror tool. Once again, click the line I want to mirror it across because I want this box that's going to become the slot we cut out over here. So I clicked my line I want to mirror, and then I'm going to click all of the lines that I want over there, and you can see they're appearing as I click them. There we go. So now we have our whole box on both sides. That's going to become our slot. And we're going to click extrude, and 1, 2. There we go. And we want to remove material because we want to cut this slot out just like that, as you can see. So green check mark. And there we have it. So before I go and add my fillets to make this nice and smooth so it doesn't cut into your hand while you're using it, maybe I want to make this look a little bit cooler. So if I want to do that, I can go back into my first sketch, double click it, type N so I'm looking right at my sketch, and maybe I want to add some like spikes down here or something. So I click the line tool and click pretty much anywhere I want on here. Do something like that. Maybe that's the kind of spike I want. And then I'm going to once again mirror it across this plane right here. Click the entities I want to mirror. And there we go. And then I just need to get rid of this line here and this line here so that it's one continuous outline. And it'll extrude differently. I think that looks pretty sweet. So next thing we're going to do is add all of our fillets or our rounds to make it nice and smooth. so that it doesn't cut into your hand. So it's going to default to 5 millimeters, and that's what I want. So I'm going to go 5 millimeters there and there and there. For most of this, pretty much any sharp corner you see, you're going to want a 5 millimeter fillet on. Like that. And green check mark. And then I'm going to add some fillets in here as well. I want these to be a little bigger than 5 though, so it's a bit smoother of a transition. So if we go 15, I think that looks a little better. And then I want another round or fillet on these sharp tips, but you can see if I have a really, really big fillet, kind of gets rid of the whole spike. So let's make this 5 millimeters and see what it looks like. I think I want it even pointier than that. Let's go 2 millimeters. I think I like that. Green check mark, and then we're going to do the last fillet that's going to save this from cutting into your palm. Just click on this edge here and this edge here and make this 5 millimeters. And then same thing on the other side. There and there. And there we go. So as you can see, your rubber band is going to slot into this here and then go between these two, and you can shoot things with it. We're probably going to do paper stingers. I'll show you what those are. Last thing you can do is put your name on it so that once we print it, you know which one is yours. So we're going to click on this face here, type N, so we're looking right at it, and make a new sketch once again. So just like with our very first project, the name tag, we're going to use the text tool here. So I'm going to drag or click, drag without holding down, and click again. And that is my box. I'm going to put my name, and I don't think I like that font. So let's go with that font. There we go. I need to get rid of that. And green check mark. Ooh, it went sideways. So how can we fix that? We can use the parallel constraint again, so that this line, or any line that's horizontal right now, is vertical. So I'm going to use parallel here. Click that line, and click this vertical line, and it's going to yell at me. It's yelling at me because it says that this wants to be horizontal. We don't want that. So we click escape, click on that line, and click delete. Now it is in the right orientation for a slingshot, but it's way too big. So we can use our dimension tool, grab this edge here, click, drag, click, and I've found that I want this to be about 17 millimeters if it's going to fit nicely on here. And I'm going to click escape so I'm no longer in my dimension tool, grab any corner, and then I can drag this where I want it to be. So I think I want it about there. You can see on mine the J hangs down a little bit from the box, so I'm probably going to have to get a little bit smaller. So let's see what 15 looks like. I can probably get that to fit on my slingshot. Yeah, I like that. So green check mark. And we're going to extrude cut this name into the slingshot by clicking that sketch we just made, and click remove. Now this is set to a default of 25 millimeters, which means it's going to cut all the way through. If you want that, that might look kind of cool. You can go with that. I don't want it to cut all the way through on mine, so I'm just going to make it 3 millimeters deep so that you can still read it. And then we click the green check mark, and there you go. There's your slingshot. So in this video, you learned how to use the mirror tool, and let me know we can get this printed for you.